Belle Delphine. Let's take a deep dive into the freaking disgusting shitfuck grunge world of e-girl content and such and the internet.
Someone said, I'm not a real cat. That hurt. Ask the human to pop me a chalky cat milk. Chalky cat milk make pain go away.
It's not gonna be fun. It never is fun. Video by John5161. Wow, all these rhymes. It's time for me to... I'm gonna need this. Oh, it's disgusting. But it gets the job done. This video is called The End of Belle Delphine. The end? What, the end of what? Belle?
What's up, gamer boys? It's time to get your gamer girl bathwater.
Call it.
She's fine. If you got money, you're fine. But let's see what John has to say about this lady.
So she's a topic of discussion again. That's right, my friends, Belle Delphine is back. So if you've had access to the internet for a while now, you'll know who this OG e-girl is. If you don't, let me quickly sum her up for you. She's an...
I'll do that for you, John. She sold her bathwater, and she makes OnlyFans content.
Christmas Day, I'm going to be posting my hardcore onto my OnlyFans. And if you don't believe me, well...
Your existence is God's failure.
Not the best when it comes to the OnlyFans content. I hesitated to fucking say that because well, I don't buy it. You can find another place. Not to say that I've looked for it actively.
The jury will now go off and deliberate on... Get out there! Get out there! Sir, settle down. You have to go deliberate. I don't need to deliberate. Hang that now. I got the rope right here.
I've stumbled across it through my internet ventures. Already off to a really bad start. Shit. Her success is more so a reflection of, well, the grunginess of humans, let's just say. Because in order for her to be known for what she does and to be seen for what she does, people need to want to go out of their way to see it. To facilitate her, to prop her up, to give her money, to support her. One of the biggest stunts she did was sell her bathwater on the internet. And people actually bought it. I felt pain when saying that. He's probably gonna go over it. Let's see. How much money you want to bet? I'll take a swig if he brings it up.
She's an adult creator with a twist. She went mega viral for pulling this face and posting videos just like this. Yes, that is a real sea alien. She also gets
quirky. Belle Delphine.
You were thinking I died. Big surprise, I still got them double thick thighs. French fries, I get down and gobble gobble up. Yup, she be going wobble wobble up. Here's a big duck slide slide in the peanut butter.
She also gave her actual blood to Willany and sold her bathwater. The fact those...
Rather drink her goddamn bathwater than that piss water, but you can't even get high on bathwater. Unless...
The fact those sentences can actually exist is mind-blowing. We are finished. But to get stuck into her recent proceedings, let's see her recent business model. Ever wanted to fuck me? That's on the internet forever. Now you can almost do that. I'm selling my very own customized sex doll. Of course you are, why wouldn't you? Including my own clothes and worn panties. Great fun for the whole family. If you ever wanted a stocking filler, here it is. But seriously, who is making this? Someone's genuinely studied whatever skill it takes.
A good business guy. In the case of Belle Delphine, a good business dolphin. My God, she's it's a brand. She's ingraining that shit into her followers' heads. People want to buy it. They actually like. Why else would she make that tweet if she didn't think that people were gonna like go for it? There's clearly an in there. There's clearly an angle that she's taking, and it's probably gonna work. Just real quick, how much money did Belle Delphine make from? When I googled this, a Reddit post came up called "My boyfriend, 26 male of 4 years, is using my 24 female engagement ring money to buy Belle Delphine's sex doll. How do I convince him to not post?" What? Fucking god! Oh, what the hell? That's worse than what I just wanted to see how much money she made off. And this. Oh man. Whoa! Oh man. And I thought life fucks me. God damn, the internet really does its work.
My God, I haven't been fucked like that since.
That really, like, I'm really taken aback from that. God damn, that was the first thing that came up when. Okay, let's keep going.
Skill it takes to make one of these things. And then one day they woke up to an email about making a Belle Delphine doll. I genuinely hope she's paid them very well, but there is no price for this sin. And you may be thinking when I buy, or if I buy Belle Delphine, how on earth would you package...
Was that a Freudian slip?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
When you gonna place the order, baby? Dog. That's right. I got you. I got you on camera, dog.
Get that
I got
camera
you on
the
camera. Oh, it's not for the taste, it's for the effect. I need this to get through life. Jesus.
Would you package a life-size human? And is my postman gonna know what it is? You don't want him getting jealous and stealing it. But don't worry, my friends, it's super inconspicuous. It's only shipped in a real coffin. Yes, that's right, a coffin. If you can look your delivery driver in the eye and sign for this parcel, there is nothing in your head. But let's be honest, there will be a market for this. This is the internet. She even describes it as her, but less annoying. This is perfect for men who don't know how to speak to women. I'm definitely not the target audience. I just merely yap to a camera. I promise I have not bought this. To be fair, being weird as fuck is on brand for Belle. But as weird as this is, it's harmless, right? It's just water, and anyone who buys it will just keep it in its little tub.
No! Yeah, as you can see, it's quite musky.
Have e-girls gone too far?
There are a lot of chunks in it.
You might have herpes.
Cheers.
I basically have herpes.
Yeah, I heard ego bathwater does this to people. I wouldn't know personally. No, personally though. But anyway, I heard this video is joking. Everyone make sure you check up on him. Some faceless YouTubers are really out here revealing their toes before their face. He's not the only internet freak to consume this though. There were plenty of people using this for their own amusement. Good to see your dad's taking the divorce well. This bloke literally screams, "Mum, why can't we see dad?" But yeah, to be fair to Belle, it does seem like she is taking some sort of new direction with her content now. Well, she's definitely made an attempt to alter her public image by going on a podcast with Louis Theroux. If you don't know who he is, basically he's known for his quite gripping documentaries. He's done a lot of coverage on some quite controversial moments. But sadly, to a lot of people, he will be known for just his money not jiggling.
It doesn't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I want to see you wiggle wiggle. For sure, it makes me want to dribble dribble. You know.
Really inspiring, I know. But Belle Delphine decided to go onto this podcast and tell us some truths about herself. I do find it quite interesting to see the real side of these internet people. Like the whole persona of Belle Delphine is like e-girl final boss. So going on a podcast, talking in your normal voice and taking a step back from the pink hair dynamic, it's actually more daring than most people will think. But after some gripping topics of discussion...
They also call you the Queen of the Simps. Who came up with that?
Oh, I have no idea. Simp's basically just a very strong male fan of a woman who maybe has connotations of giving her money.
I'm sure you're all on the edge of your seat. She does go on a bit more to tell us how this life's actually affected her.
I wish there was a way to kill me on the internet and just like somehow...
Just choosing her words very carefully there. You don't want to pull an iDubbbz here and disown your own fan base, people who allow you to get on platforms like that.
I have crippling depression.
Oh man, is it the quirkiness, is it the weirdness that makes the appeal to get somebody like that to that position? Because there's a lot of girls who are able to do that. But what makes her different? What makes her more of a talking point? Is it solely the quirkiness? Is it the image around the quirkiness? Because it's not just that, it's also the cutesy, seemingly innocentness.
You so fucking precious when you...
The way that she markets herself, doing the out-of-the-box stuff, right? She has the attention-grabbing thing, which is her looks. But it's the way that she packages it that makes it more of a powerhouse when it comes to business, when it comes to acquiring attention. I don't know, it's probably a question for philosophers.
I've spent 100,000 lifetimes looking for the philosopher's stone and wasted my time when I should have been looking for that holy grail.
Psychologists, therapists. I think we're all gonna need some therapy after this. Yes, the dolphin, the Belle Delphine it's a very interesting phenomena.
I'm sure you're all on the edge of your seat. She does go on a bit more to tell us how this life's actually affected her.
I wish there was a way to kill me on the internet and just like somehow delete everything or just kind of die in a sense.
Yeah, that's a bit heavy, that. And let's not forget.
Yeah, if you could do all that stuff, acquire all the money, and then just cut your losses and get out of there and just delete everything. It's not that easy, boy.
You thought it was easy, boy.
I mean, you're still here showing up, right? Showing your goddamn your face, doing podcasts, doing interviews. I could totally see how you would have some regret when it comes to all those other things, but it's like you don't regret what it's afforded you. You don't regret the stuff the lifestyle that it's given to you. When I googled it, it was a little over $1 million, nearly $2 million in net worth that you made. Yeah, that's the reason why you were doing all that stuff. And if I also, because the sex doll was recent from what I gather, that Reddit post was 2 months ago. Are you really regretful? Why are you doing that thing then? Oh, more money, right? That's the thing that matters. I tend to not have much sympathy for people like this, but it's an interesting case study in humanity and how just fuck shit it all is.
You son of a bitch! You gave me herpes!
You're saying people actually bought the bathwater? All those videos were people who bought the bathwater. Some of them actually drank it. That's actually... Go puke. Stop it. That actually kind of makes me sick.
And let's not forget, she's had an internet presence from about 2016. Not necessarily this avenue of content back then, because apparently she was born in 1999, so that would be a bit dangerous. Chances are she would have been 16 back then, which makes this all a lot worse. But also, this sort of occupation wasn't good for her family life either.
I have no dad, and I think my mum probably does regret.
I think their faces tell a story here. Genuinely, that is kind of sad. Everyone does things they regret in their life, but it just so happens that hers is very, very public. But to know that that has affected your family life as well has to be rough. But I will just say it's a bit contradictory to say all of this stuff is something that you wish was in the past and that you could change, but then release a life-size doll of yourself for people to use for their own pleasure. And when I say a little contradictory...
You got to my point and I said it before you. Absolutely, it makes no sense. You only care. That reflects your intentions. You doing this shit after saying all that stuff. Hey, I wanted to disband all that stuff. But also, that's kind of just the modern day. There's a lot of people growing up, especially super young. It's like you live in a world rife with technology. It's like there's so many people who have all sorts of embarrassing moments on the internet. You go back, you find some embarrassing shit about me, playing all sorts of video games, doing all sorts of stuff.
So my doctor keeps telling me that I have ADD, and to prove him that he's wrong, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand...
That's not exclusive, and yes, that's also kind of just a standard issue that a lot of people who go into the adult industry or do adult related stuff have to face, right? The shame and the humiliation and the potential of severing ties with their family and causing issues for that.
Oh hell nah. Not my son.
I don't know, if you're a family member and your daughter or your whoever is related to you does that type of stuff, I can understand why you'd be regretful, but it's like at the end of the day, that's another person making decisions. You can't just be like, oh shit, what did I do wrong? It's like, dude, it's another person. You can do everything right and stuff could still end up this way. There's only so much input you can have when it comes to the outcome.
You've come. I mean, I knew you would come.
Get it? Come to the decisions that other people make. It's really just, but yes, and I'm glad he got to that point, but I got to it first, so. Beat you to it, Joe? John 5161. Go subscribe to him.
For their own pleasure. And when I say a little contradictory, I mean really fucking contradictory. You say you want to phase out and then release a splooge doll. You know, something's not quite adding up here. But I feel like I must stress that I am not a paying customer of anything Belle Delphine related. I've never subbed to her OnlyFans and I've never paid for her bath water. There was something else I was told to tell you I didn't buy, but that appears to have slipped my mind. But you know, it's not always been plain sailing for Belle Delphine, Queen of the Simps. On this podcast, she was all like, oh, look at me, I made loads of money from selling my bath water. But it turns out this wasn't entirely accurate, because she didn't make the profit margin that you think she would have done. In fact, she actually made a loss. Quite a heavy loss. Since it's been a couple of years now, I can finally share the biggest L I've ever taken. Not only did I not earn any money selling my bathwater, I in fact lost money doing it. At PayPal, without any warning, closed my PayPal account and took the 90 grand that I earned from selling my bathwater. Terrible news for the creepiest—
You'd think that wouldn't subvert my expectations, but that did. And in a positive way. I guess that's good, that there isn't a market for disgusting bullshit like that. But I expected that to work, especially given how much attention there was around it. The fact that this is one of the things that I knew that I could attach to the person of Belle Delphine. Very interesting. But also I don't care. That's hilarious. I find that hilarious. Both the selling of the bathwater and the fact that you lost $90,000. Money that you can definitely lose. It made no difference in your overall lifestyle.
News for the creepiest man you know. It's obviously awful news for Belle as well. Personally, not someone who's ever supported Belle financially, but losing 90 grand is insane. Especially as she goes—
Not when you have millions. That's a tiny little dip. She's fine. No sympathy. Don't shred any sympathy for people like this. There's like heroin addicts living on the street, there's homeless people, there's people working all day, every day, not barely even, and you don't even know who they exist. And why would, even if you did, you really wouldn't care much. There'd be a fucking number on a piece of paper. So don't ever shred sympathy for people like this, who are in these higher tiers of society. By higher tier, I mean they make more money than your average person. Never, don't feel sympathy. Stop it.
No. Stop it, Gandalf.
She goes on to say that she tried to phone them up, but they just told her there's nothing they can do. PayPal are about to have thousands of simps outside their headquarters with their neckbeards and cat ears. Actually, let's be honest, the type of people who'd probably try and defend her would probably not be going outside. You could imagine they'd just say something on Reddit instead. Just like this—
Got him!
Just like this guy who was flabbergasted. Wait, PayPal just sees 90k from her? How can that be legal? He really wants his waifu to see this selfless act, because he even goes on to give some sort of legal advice. WTF? I'd be suing the F out of them. Where does the 90k go? They just keep it? But whilst many people would probably say the same thing, I'd suggest not taking advice from someone called Experienced Male Dom 2, the long-awaited sequel. But you've got Cornflakes here really putting things into perspective. She lost 90k, but has a net worth of 10 million.
Dude, I'm calling this shit out right before it happens. That's what I meant. Tiny little blip, and that's way more than what I thought. The number I came across is just about 2 million, but that's still a lot of money.
I'd say it worked out massively in her favour. Somebody rightfully so asked him to elaborate on the net worth figure, and unfortunately Cornflakes never replied. Cocoa Pops on top, my goat would always back it up. But for the mental torture I just put myself to get those screenshots, please do feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Belle Delphine Reddit fans is not a corner of the internet I'd recommend to anybody, but she does tell us that when she told us she made stonks from her bathwater, it was all a lie. She told us it would be better news just to say she got filthy rich. Well, no, you just didn't want to share the L. And to be fair, why would you? It's not really people's business. People don't really need to know that you've lost that much money, and I can imagine it was probably quite stressful and you didn't really want to tell anyone. But she then goes on to say she found it very funny at the time. Yeah guys, every time I lose 90k, I'm just laugh maxing. It's such a funny haha moment to lose 90k. After this, I'm gonna order £90,000 worth of cheese strings and send them to—
That's a good reflection. It's just content, posting shit on like that on Twitter. I lost 90k, hee hee hee. The fact that you're in a position to lose that much and that's how you react to that, come on. You're doing fine. So don't feel sympathy for people like that, honestly.
To a YouTuber's house of your choice. But like the true sport that she is, she lets us know that she sent out all of the products even though she made no money. In fact, it actually costed her money. Yeah, because you really can't disappoint all those people who are waiting eagerly for their essential product. But I'm sure if Belle Delphine just dressed up in a certain way and told people that the bathwater machine broke, they'd probably buy it. They probably wouldn't care that they've been ripped off. It might even be something they're into, or so I've been told. But to be fair, if you're paying for an internet person's bathwater, or any person for that matter, you don't deserve money. You are dangerous enough to society without disposable income, and with it, you scare me. But all jokes aside,
You're paying for anyone's bathwater, you don't deserve money. a good line. I like that. John, Joe, John.
If I made all that money and then just had it just taken off me, I don't think I'd be particularly pleased. And then not even be in a position to offer refunds because you've had the money taken from your account. Well, I can tell you now, that is not a good position to be in. But cornflakes from
She can actually, what was it, that net worth? I don't know, believe the 10 million figure. I mean, not to say I don't entirely believe it. I saw a different figure, but even still, you could definitely issue refunds, 100%. You have the money, but I guess she could just hone in on, oh, I still got people's products out to them. Wow, what a hero. Hero of the people, Belle Delphine.
from earlier might have actually been onto something, because all of this going on really made her a household name. It really made her a streets won't forget sort of creator. It really made her up there with Hatem Ben Arfa and Me Too. But this tweet got 1.6 million impressions. She is so back. We are in an era of Belle Delphine returning, but she does actually further elaborate about the money being taken from her. I apparently broke one of their TOS, and each time you break a TOS, you receive a $2,500 penalty. So each payment of bathwater that went through was a break of a TOS, which resulted in a $2,500 penalty every time without me realising. They wouldn't tell me which PayPal rule I broke, and they wouldn't give me any information because of a security risk, so I don't know if it's because they don't allow sex workers to use their platform or if they have a specific issue with me selling the bathwater. Regardless, not even knowing felt shit. Sorry, up to a security risk. To be fair, that is really bad if that is true. Imagine being told you've broken a rule and they won't even tell you what it is, but they'll happily charge you a penalty. I think at some point in all of our lives we've had some—
Yes, and not as much I care much about fairness when it comes to people like that in these positions of society, but it's like, you know, it's still PayPal. I feel like you have to, they can do whatever they want. They have lots of money and they're obscenely wealthy and powerful. They can do whatever the hell they want to anyone. And they do owe people an explanation, but they don't care. They're gonna do whatever the hell. What are you gonna do? Go to the government? They own the government. They are the government.
Stand back. I have powers. Political powers.
They paid their pals in the government. You're not taking on PayPal.
Some sort of interaction with a bot where we're trying to like get to the bottom of a problem, and then you just get a load of like just random waffle in your way and it's just not helping anything, and then you eventually just have to accept that you're screwed. So I guess I can relate, not to, you know, selling my bathwater, but you know, if there's a market for that, I wouldn't rule it out. I'm skint as fuck. But if I do ever do that, please don't tell people you got illnesses from me, because yes, Belle received this treatment. People claim that Belle's bathwater was giving them herpes. Although this was fake, many people believed it, which is quite funny. Or maybe it's just us being jealous that we never got our hands on the bathwater. Not us, just people in general on the internet, the people that aren't me. Anyway, I did some
Don't keep slipping, John. We know what you're doing.
Steven, what are you doing in there?
Drugs. Anyway, I did some calculations, and if you divide the $2.5 grand penalty that she received by the price of units sold, which is $36, well, at 69 units sold, the plug was pulled. You can read into that what you like, but the new age of Belle Delphine content is Ben 10 watch and a post about explosives at an airport, which involves her on her knees with a gun pointed at her head. How lovely. But anyway, that's all from me today. I did not expect to be making a Belle Delphine video in 2024, but here we are. Like and subscribe. Bye.
Yeah, okay. Don't buy fucking bathwater. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?